of these modalities movement therapy sessions. My name is Brenda, and we are going to be working into breathing, a lot into breathing today, so breathing into our movements with the use of a foam roller and a resistance band, one of these circle resistance bands, and either a tennis ball or 2 reflex ball. I've got a soft reflex ball and a harder reflex ball that we're going to use to release the fascial tissue along those lines of the body. So we're going to focus a lot into the deep core line today, and a lot on the breathing, a lot on those abdominal muscles. Let's come into standing and get started. Taking the reflex ball, we're going to focus on releasing the foot. So bringing the ball under the big toe and along the line of that foot, which is part of that deep core line. So over the arch of the foot and into the heel. Let's slowly move the ball across to the knife edge of the foot, to that lateral line there. We're also focusing a bit into that lateral line and into those rotational moves. While you're focusing on the release, I want you to focus a lot on your breathing. Focus on breathing through the nose. So a nice deep calming breath, breathing diaphragmatically. Bring the ball under the arch of the foot and try and keep your weight over the ball so you can apply a nice deep pressure there into the arch of the foot. And then massage in the opposite direction. And now you're just going to take the toes, and I want you to try and lift the ball up. So squeeze the ball and lift it up. 2 more. And another one. And take the ball over to the other side. A nice slow release. So from the big toe to the heel. Massage along the foot to the lateral line. So slowly move the ball from one toe to the next toe. Now bring the ball back into the arch of the foot and circle in one direction and change direction. Good, bring the ball under the big toe and rotate from side to side. Let's pick up the ball, squeeze the ball and release, squeeze the ball and release, squeeze the ball and release, another 2 and another one. Good. Position just put the ball to the side and position yourself at the back of the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And I want you to taste your roll down. So come down, rolling through the spine. Make sure the chin is to the chest and the head is nice and relaxed. And just bounce. Don't look at the mat. Make sure you're looking at your knees. And bring your chin to your chest so you can get nice lengthening over the back line of the body. Bring the hands onto the mat and come down onto your hands and knees. Let's release the quadriceps, so in the front of those thighs. So give those legs a nice release. And again, like we did under the feet, a nice slow movement. You don't want to rush it. Make sure you've got your water bottle handy so you can keep focus on drinking and hydrating the fascial tissue. Let's massage nice and slowly. Work all the way to the knees and a little bit over the knees if you can. If you're not experiencing any pain or tenderness in the knees, move right over the knees. Nice release of those knees on the roller. Move the elbows back and forward if you need to. Turn your feet out so you're opening up into the hips and rolling along that inner thigh. So opening up into that rotation. Sometimes an area that's quite tender, just focus on your breathing to ease you into the movement. Now we're going to bring the knees, so just come off the roller, and then we're going to bring the knees onto the roller, and I want you to rotate the knees out. So you're working along the inside of the shins. If you're taking any strain in the wrists, come down onto the elbows, and you can massage slowly at the inside of those shins. Again, it's an area we carry a lot of tension, especially if there's some tightness in the hips as well. Keep going, rolling slowly and extending back. Keep going, let's do another 2. And another 1. Coming off the roller, you're going to put the roller to the side and roll onto your back. Taking your 2 reflex balls, we're going to position, let's take the blue reflex ball and onto the left side of the spine. So you're positioning the balls on those little dimples on either side of the spine, in line with your hip bones. So let's lower down onto the mat, lift your tailbone, and position those balls in line with the hips. So you're tucking slightly under so you can push into the balls. And your blue reflex ball is under the left side of your spine, and you're going to bring the knee into the chest. If you're working with tennis balls, you can just put one on either side of the spine, and we're going to bounce that knee into the chest, and then you're going to slowly draw the circle with the knee. So we're stretching that psoas muscle in the lower back. The more you pull that knee in, the more you're going to feel that stretch up into the lower back. Let's change direction. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, and just getting a little bit deeper and a little bit more rotation in the hips. Bounce that knee down. Keep focusing on your breathing. Let's release the foot. Breathe in. Open up, so drop the tailbone onto the mat, over the balls. Breathe out, push into the balls. Breathe in, thrust the pelvis up, and change the ball. So you bring the blue reflex ball onto the other side of the spine. If you're working with the tennis balls, just stay as you are and bring your right knee into the chest. Bounce that knee towards the chest. And slowly draw a nice circle with the knee. Change direction. Let's cross that right ankle over the left knee and bounce that knee out. So you're opening up into the hip and pushing into the ball. Keep your breathing. And release the foot. Lift the tailbone, release the balls, and you can hug the knees into the chest. And now with both knees, you're just drawing a bit of a circle and then change direction. Extend one leg, extend the other leg. Let's bring the roller onto the floor above the head. We're focusing on the breathing now, so taking a nice deep breath into the nose. As you breathe out, I want you to reach your arms forward. You're going to breathe out in this movement. Now breathing in again, squeeze and fire your glutes with your breath. A nice deep breath into that lifted position. And as you roll down, you're breathing out. Good. Before we continue doing a few more of those. I want you to bring the roller underneath the neck and just massage the head from side to side. Let's draw a figure of 8. So it's horizontal figure of 8. And you're drawing a nice big circle from one side, cross over in the center, over to the other side. So you're massaging over the occiput ridge at the base of the skull. Another 2. And another 1. Good. From there, nod the head again from side to side. Come into the center, hug your knees into your chest, rock yourself to a seated position, and we're just going to release the shoulder blades. So make sure the weight of the head is resting in the hands, and you're going to slowly roll up and down. Keep focusing on your breathing. Let's release the tailbone, hug the knees into the chest again, and rock yourself to a seated position. Lengthen yourself out. Let's take the roller into the hands, and we're going to again breathe in and breathe out. You're going to roll down through the spine. So as you start rolling, I want you to squeeze the glutes and tuck the tailbone so you can control your descent, one vertebra onto the mat at a time. And a nice deep breath in, lengthen out. Rolling up, you breathe out. So just chin to the chest and look at your knees. Then you're squeezing the glutes. You're going to take another nice deep breath in to fire the glutes. And lift up. Good. Roll down through the spine. So you're breathing out here. And taking a nice deep breath into that movement. Open up. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in and lift. Roll down through the spine. And again, nice deep breath in. Open, 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 lengthen and stretch. Breathe out. Chin to the chest. Breathing in, firing the glutes with your breath. And we're going to do one more. Roll down through the spine. Nice exhalation, 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 exhalation. And then when you open up, start breathing in. Slightly arching into the back so you're coming into a nice extended position in the diaphragm. Breathe out. Look at your knees. And again, squeezing the glutes, breathing into that movement. And lift up and open. Bring the roller lengthways onto your mat and come into a seated position at the base of your roller. Cross one ankle over the knee. And you're going to rotate onto that side, so onto the that glute, the same leg that's crossed over, and you're massaging from side to side. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So just shift your weight over onto that other buttock, cross the ankle. So this leg, the supporting leg, that buttock is completely off the roller. And you're going to massage onto the leg that's on the roller and control it. Again, a nice slow movement. So you really want to lengthen that fascial tissue that surrounds those muscles. Plump it up and hydrate it. Are you focusing on your breathing? And the last one. And come back to the center. Bring the tailbone onto the roller. Extend your arms. Keep your soft, the reflex ball handy tennis ball and roll down. Again, so fire your glutes, take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're starting to cool down, but the glutes are still engaged, so you are controlling that movement down onto the roller. If you need to use your hands, do so, and then lower back onto the mat, onto the roller. Take that reflex ball, and you're going to position your palm facing up, so you're not dropping the shoulder down, but you're opening it up, and you're going to massage over, underneath the clavicle, over the pectoral muscles, into that shoulder. So opening up across the chest. Really focus on releasing those pectoral muscles. So nice release for your posture to help you open up. And then you're going to move over to the other side, so open up the other arm and massage into those pectoral muscles. From the sternum, you're going to move the ball up and over to that shoulder. Let's release that reflex ball. Bring the elbows in line with your shoulder blade, with your shoulders, and palms are facing up. And you're going to bounce. I don't want to see this where the elbows are on the mat and the hands are up, or the hands are down and the elbows are up. Try to keep the elbows and the hands on the same level, and then you're going to make a nice big bouncing movement. So you're bouncing that fascial tissue in the pectoral muscles, giving a nice stretch. Bounce the arms down. And all this time you're focusing on the breathing, nice deep diaphragmatic breath. From there, you're going to come onto the rib cage. So I want you to bring your fingertips inside your rib cage and tuck them in. We're focusing now on releasing the diaphragm. So those intercostal muscles that are between the rib cage are attached to the diaphragm. When we focus on our breathing, we get a lot of movement into these intercostal muscles. So if we can massage and release them, we can encourage a lot more movement. And again, massage helps hydrate the fascial tissue, plump it up, and really loosen it up there. Fingertips into the rib cage, and you'll obviously find it easier down near the waist, where the rectus abdominis muscles run down along the front of the abdominal area. You might find it a little bit tricky, so you can tuck a little bit more and loosen up right into that area. So this will encourage us to breathe a little bit more deeply. Now what we're going to do, we release the psoas muscle with the ball on the side of the spine into the iliac spine. And now we're going to bring the fingers inside the hip bone. You're going to keep this knee bent, supporting foot flat, and you're going to slide the hands up to the rib cage as you slide your foot out, and take a nice deep breath in. Bend your knee, bring your foot flat again, and breathe out. Bring the hands back down to the hip bone, and a nice deep breath in. Lengthen that leg out and have a nice stretch into that psoas muscle, and breathe out. Release the knee and bring the foot back. A nice deep breath in. Lengthen yourself out and bend the knee and breathe out. Let's do another 4. Nice deep breath in. Lengthen, 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 and breathe out. And 3. Lengthen out and release. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in and release. And the last 1 and release. Let's go over to the other side, same thing. So when we're doing these releases into the diaphragm, and that's psoas muscle which sits in the lower back, we benefit from working on the skin directly. So we get a little bit deeper into the release. Let's breathe in and lengthen the leg out. Fingers up to the rib cage. And breathe out and bend the knee. Again, a nice deep breath in. Lengthen that leg out and bend the knee. For 3. And release. And 4. And release. Keep going, another 4. Nice deep breath in and lengthen. And release. 3 more. And release. 2 to go. And release. And the last 1. And release. Good. From there, we're just going to focus on the shoulder blades a little bit more. So bring the roller over to one side of the spine, and your hand, that hand is resting on the mat. You're going to take the other hand up and over, and then we're going to focus. You can lift that arm that was down first, and you're going to focus on rolling over that side of the spine, along the shoulder blade to the arm and back to the spine. So a little bit of a rotation there as well, moving across. And as well as that, you can work into this side of the spine and right over to the glutes and into that hip area. Let's do another 1 and come back to center. It's going to challenge your balance quite a bit. Bring the spine back onto the roller, and then open up the feet slightly wider so you can balance out a little bit, and you're bringing the roller over to the other side of the spine. Take that arm and bring it onto the mat next to you and work across the shoulder blade on that side of the spine. Move right over the glutes as well on that area. Rock around. Let's do another 1. And come back to center. Still on the roller, we want to take the fingers, so the thumb and the index finger, and you've got a muscle that runs down sort of the front side of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid. So we just want to take it onto that top part of this muscle, and you want to squeeze the muscle between your thumb and your index finger. Bending the index finger will help you squeeze it a little bit more deeply. So you might feel a bit of a tickle in the throat. We're just working around that area. So keep focusing on breathing through the nose. See how the movement or the release improves your breathing as you go. Relax the head and focus on releasing any tension in that muscle. Squeeze it and pull the fingers down towards the sternum. Let's take the thumbs now, just underneath the earlobes, on the start of the jawline. We're going to massage under the jawline to the chin. So the thumbs will meet at the chin. Keep focusing on your breathing, and hopefully you're feeling that breathing has improved from when we started the releases around the rib cage and into the hips. Let's do 1 more. Slide the thumbs down to the chin. Now you're going to continue working with the thumb and the index finger, and I want you to pinch and twist the skin around the cheeks. working down over the jawline to the chin, and then move up and over the cheeks. Squeezing and pinching that skin. Let's take the index finger and the middle finger and find your temporal lobes on either side of your eyes, and just a little push into the temporal lobes and a nice little circular motion. Keep breathing. And now you're going to pinch the eyebrows between the thumb and the index finger and come towards the brow, the bridge of the nose, where we often frown and carry a lot of tension. Pinch those eyebrows, and now onto the little bridge of the nose with all 4 fingers. I want you to pinch and squeeze that fascial tissue on the bridge of the nose. So squeeze and move it around. Now I want you to take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the legs and the arms up, and yawn, releasing that tension in the jaw. Open up the mouth nice and wide, and bring on a yawn. Let's bring the feet flat again. Take a nice deep breath in. And just keeping the arms up next to the ears, I want you just to arch and tack. Breathing in as you arch, breathe out as you tack. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 2 more. And out. And the last one. And out. Come into a neutral position. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed around the diaphragm and able to breathe a little bit more deeply into that parasympathetic nervous system. So that rest and digest breathing into the diaphragm. Breathe in again. Bring the chin to the chest like we did in the roll-ups. Hold it here, fingers pointing to the knees again. Fire your glutes with a nice deep breath in. And roll up. If you need to use a hand, then use a hand on the mat and come up. From there, you're going to release the roller, put it to one side. We're going to take the softer reflex ball or the tennis ball and roll around onto the abdominal muscles. Coming onto the mat, we're going to position the ball not on the hip flexor, not on the hip bone, but into the diaphragm. So it's between the hip bone and the belly button. You're going to keep the palm on the hand, your palm on the ball, and lower onto the mat. So you're releasing the fascial tissue in the palm of the hand as well. Now here, relax your forehead on your hand, relax your shoulders, and wiggle your hips from side to side. Keeping the ball where it is, we're going to focus on lifting. So you take a nice deep breath in, lift the leg, and lower it down. When you breathe in, I want you to fire your glutes with your breath. So squeeze the glutes because that's going to support your lower back. Relax your forehead again on the hand and a nice deep breath in and lift. So it's squeeze the glutes, breathe in and lift the leg. Nice deep breath in. As you squeeze the glutes, breathe in. Now you're focusing on a count of about 2 to lift and lower the leg as you breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to increase it to 4 counts. So I want you to breathe, squeeze the glutes, breathe in, bend the knee for 2, extend the knee, and breathe out. So 4 counts in Nice deep breath in, squeeze the glutes, breathe in. Bend the knee, keep breathing in, extend the knee, and breathe out and release. Keep going, nice squeeze, breathe in, bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in, squeezing the glutes, bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. Last 1, nice deep breath in, squeeze the glutes, breathe in, bend the knee, and hold it in that bent position and pulse the knee up to the ceiling. The glute should be on fire. Push up and lift. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, release it. Release the ball and bring the ball over to the other side. So taking the hand onto the ball and bring the ball into the inside of that hip bone, between the belly button and the hip bone. Relax your forehead onto the other hand and wiggling the hips from side to side. Relax the head on the hand. Here, release the glutes and let them enjoy a nice release. Okay, let's focus on the breathing now. Squeezing the glutes, lift the knee, bend the knee, and extend it and release. So we'll go straight into that movement for 4 counts and then drop down for 4 counts, breathing in and out. Nice deep breath in. Bend the knee, release the knee, and breathe out. Breathing in, squeeze the glutes. Bend the knee, keep breathing in. Extend the knee, breathe out, and release. Breathe in, squeezing the glutes. Bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. Again, squeeze, breathe in, and bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. Squeeze, breathe in, bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. Another 3, squeeze, nice deep breath in, bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. For 2, bend the knee, extend the knee, and release. 2 more, lift, bend, extend, and release. Last one, we're going to hold it in a lifted position, squeeze, and bend. Keep breathing. Pulse, pulse. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And release the ball. Bring your foam roller back again. You're going to bring the belly button onto the foam roller. You've got 2 options here. So the belly button is just, or the foam roller is on the belly button just above the hip bones. You can stay on the elbows. You'll probably feel the pulse into the roller. That's your aorta. If you don't want to drop down onto the elbow, onto the forehead, then you can stay in that lifted position if you are feeling a little bit nauseous. Otherwise, drop down if you can and try and relax into it. So you want to be below the rib cage but on the belly button. And we're breathing into the diaphragm. So nice deep inhalation through the nose and feel the breath or the diaphragm opening up into the lower back. So we're focusing on a horizontal breath right into that diaphragm, opening up into the roller. Breathe in. So again, 4 counts in, breathe out for 4 counts through the nose. Nice slow inhalation. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold it, and breathe out. Again, let's do 2 more. And breathe out. And the last one. Good, coming back onto the elbows. We're now going to roll onto our side and bring the roller under the ear. Before we continue, if you do have your water handy, have a nice big drink. Okay, and assume that position on the roller. So bring the knees to the diagonal, head onto the roller. So don't have the roller too far forward. Push it back slightly so you're right at the front of the roller. Take your top arm and extend it forward. Bring your top leg and take it back. Now the position you want to be careful of is dropping into that top hip. Otherwise you're going to start to take strain into that lower back. So the way you do that is by squeezing and activating the glutes. As you activate the glutes, lift up and extend that top arm. So a nice lateral stretch. And we keep the hand on the mat or the floor in front of it. And then you're just going to lift and lower that leg. So getting a nice lateral stretch there and lengthening. So think of that hip and that ball and socket joint in the hip. You're creating space around that hip that you can move into when you're walking, when you're running, when you're moving. Do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. From there, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Bring the leg forward and the arm back. Breathe out and rock forward. So at the same time, focusing on the breathing and releasing the occiput ridge at the base of the skull. For 3, nice deep breath in and reach out. Breathe out here. And 4, breathe in and out. For 5 and breathe out. And 6 and breathe out. And 7 and breathe out. And 8 and breathe out. Let's do another 2 and breathe out. And another 1 and breathe out. Good. From here, you're going to roll onto your back. The shoulder that's on the mat, we're going to lift up and we're going to bring that onto the roller. So you're angling your roller and your head is supported in your hands, and you're going to extend the arm, the lifted arm, up to the diagonal. So we're getting a nice opening up into the diaphragm. So here we're going to focus a lot into the breathing. And that extended arm, the same arm that was up when we did that lateral movement, is going to come up and across. So you're pushing into a rotation and that shoulder blade is staying in the roller. You can bring the knees slightly together and then you're going to breathe in. As you lengthen up, the shoulder is coming onto the roller. Make sure the weight of the head is resting in the hands. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, you're tucking and reaching to the opposite knee. So you're leaning into that roller. And again, breathing in. Open, open, open. Now we're going to progress to lift that opposite knee towards the elbow. And you can breathe in. So you've got 2 options there already. Keeping the foot on the mat and lifting there. Your third option is breathing in, opening up. Breathe out here. Only when you hear and you've started the exhalation already, the lower back is pushing into the mat. You can lift both knees or one knee. Release the feet. You're still in the rounded position, focusing on the out breath. Now you breathe in when the feet are down, so you're supporting that lower back. Breathe out, tuck. Exhaling, exhaling, one foot or both feet. Lift the feet. Drop the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Open, open, open. So each movement, initiate from the tailbone. Push it down. Lift up. Knees come up. One knee or both knees. Release the feet. Now you're still exhaling. Feet are down. Now you can breathe in. Breathe out, tuck. Exhale, exhale, tuck and lift. Keep tucking, release the feet. Breathe in, open up. Let's do another 3. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Now you into the mat, lower back into the mat. Lift the feet, drop the feet, and breathe in. 2 more, breathe out. Tuck and lift. And release and breathe in. This is the last one. Hold it in that rounded position and bounce for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and 10. Hug the knees in and just rock yourself to a seated position. Let's bring the roller onto the other side. And then we're going to go into that lateral position first. Have a drink. Bringing the ear onto the roller. Knees to the diagonal. Let's extend that top leg. And remember, if you find the hip is opening, focus on squeezing the glutes, but maybe play around with the position of that foot. Bring it slightly forward if you need to, if you're finding this pulling too much into the hip. The other thing you can do is just keep that foot slightly lifted off the mat, but try and lengthen up and out of the hip. Bring the top arm forward and hold it there. Lift and lower that foot. All this time you're focusing on a nice inhalation through the nose and exhalation through the nose as well. Keep going. 10 more. And 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice deep breath in. Open, open, open. And breathe out. Breathe in. And open up, breathe out. 4, 4. And breathe out. And 5. And breathe out. Keep squeezing the glutes. And 6. And breathe out. For 7. And breathe out. 3 more. Two more. And the last one. And breathe out. Good. Hold it in that extended position. And let's come up onto our backs, rotating, bringing the roller at an angle. So the same arm that was extended is still extended. Play around with the position of the roller if you need to. And when you come into that lengthened position, that shoulder's resting on the roller as well. Weight of the head into that supporting arm. A nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Reach, 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 reach. And again, nice deep breath in. Open, open, open. Breathe out. Push down into the row, into the mat, and tuck. When you're ready, let's add the knee. And breathe out. You hold that and then lift the knee. That's your first option there. Release the foot. Then breathe in. Your second option, to keep both feet on the mat. Or your third option, the knees up and release. And again, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. And lift. Release, still in that rounded position. Now breathe in. Open up. Breathe out and tuck. Lift the feet. Release the feet. Breathe in. We're doing another 4. Round the spine. Lift the feet. Release the feet. 3. And breathe out. Hold it in that tuck. Lift the feet. Release the feet. For 2. And tuck. And lift. The last one, a nice deep breath in. Hold it in that tuck position. Round your spine. Lift the knees and bounce. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Hug the knees with both hands and rock yourself. Bring the roller to one side. And let's focus now on a little bit of abs with the use of the resistance band. You're going to bring the resistance band around the feet, rolling back down through the spine, head into the hands, so you're supporting and giving the neck a little bit of stretch and extra support. We're going to lift the legs up. Here you're going to have a nice deep breath in, so we're going to focus here a lot on breathing again. As you breathe out, you're lifting that upper body, you're bending one knee, resisting and pushing away with the band, and we're going to bounce for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So this is an exhalation. Lift the feet up, lower down through the spine, and take a nice deep breath in again. As you breathe out, you're lifting up and over to the other side, and we bounce, keeping the knee straight for 2 more and 1 more. Push up and lower down. Again, a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. Bend the first knee and bounce, keeping the other knee straight. 2 and 1. Lift up. Lower down through the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the chin to the chest. Bend the other knee and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Lift up and lower down. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. To the first side, let's bounce for 2, 3. So that knees pulling towards the chest and other foot extending away and lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knee and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Lift up and lower down. 2 more sets. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Lift up and bend the knee and bounce for 2, 3, 4. Lift up and lengthen. Lower down. Breathing in. And the last set. Breathe out. Bend the knee and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Relax the head, bring the knees into the chest, keep the band exactly where it is, and just bounce those knees into the chest. Rock yourself to a seated position. If you are taking strain in the wrists, then you can continue with the movement that we have just done. Otherwise, we're going to come onto the hands and the feet. We're going to push up into a pyramid pose. You're going to tuck and come forward into a plank. Looking down at your knee, you're going to bring one knee towards the chest. You're not going to move forward and back, keeping the body still. Spread the hands out underneath the shoulders. Look at your knee, and you're going to bounce your knee for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the foot back onto the mat. Come back into your pyramid pose and push back. Now breathe out and tuck. Your other knee comes towards your chest or your forehead, and you bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Foot back, breathe in, extend into your pyramid pose. So keep the band around the feet and push back. Let's breathe out, tuck and round. Come into your plank position, so you're squeezing the glutes and you're bringing the knee to the forehead for 1, 2, 3, 4. Push back, breathe in, and open up. Breathe out, tuck and round, and forehead to knee, bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Push back, breathe in, breathe out, tuck and round, knee to forehead for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Push back into your down dog, breathe in, and again, breathe out, tuck and round, knee to your forehead for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 2 more sets. Extend back, a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tuck and round, knee to the forehead for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Sometimes a band does have a tendency to move around. Just keep adjusting it onto the feet. Breathe in, breathe out for the last set. Bring the forehead to the knee and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Push back and have a nice stretch. Try to get the heels down and bounce the chest towards the legs. From there, I want you to keep your legs as straight as possible. Walk your hands to your feet and just bring that resistance band around the ankles. Relax, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit more flexible, more movement in the back line of the body, so you are getting a bit further into that roll down. The band is now around the ankles. Take a nice deep breath in, squeezing the glutes, and uncurl through the spine. Good. From here, we're going to come into standing, so the band is around the ankles. You can bring your roller up to help you with a little bit of support. If you've got a wall, or if you've got a chair, you can use that as well. Or try challenge yourself without anything. Okay, that's going to fall over. So I'm going to hold on to it. I want you to balance on one leg. Keep this leg straight. So lift up and out of that hip. And you're going to keep the resistance in the band as you circle the leg around the supporting leg. Keep focusing on that deep diaphragmatic breath. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. Breathe in, rotate and out. Do another 2. And release. And the last 1. And release. Good. Take the feet flat and wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Use the roller if you need to. And lengthen, lifting up and out of that hip. So you don't want to bend the knee, the lifted knee. You want to keep both knees nice and straight and get the movement into the hip and rotating. Again, slow it down, focus on the breathing, and breathe out. So you're lifting up right and up and out of that hip and focusing really a lot on the core. So squeezing the glutes, and you'll feel it working into around that supporting leg. The more you breathe, the more muscles you'll activate. Focus on breathing through that nose. Keep going. That supporting leg's getting tired. Lift up and out of that hip. Keep going, another 3. And breathe out. And 2. And the last 1. Good. Let's release that resistance band. Just wiggle the hips a little bit and drop the roller. Lower back down onto the mat and have a nice big stretch. Lengthen, have a nice big yawn. Hug the knees into the chest. Bounce the knees to the chest. Draw a circle with the knees in one direction. And let's change direction. Open up the arms and rock the knees from side to side. Hug one knee into the chest, lengthen the other leg, and change sides, extend. Feet are flat. We're going to take one last deep breath in. And I want you to push the pelvis up to the ceiling. Try and reach the hands to the ankles. So keep the feet quite close to the tailbone. Make sure the head is nice and relaxed. And we're going to hold it up and you're going to focus on the breathing. So watching that belly button rise and fall. Feeling the glutes are engaged. Last two. And the last one. Roll down through the spine and hug your knees into your chest. Lengthen out again and just relax and focus on the breathing. You can bring the arms next to the body, palms facing up, so you're opening up across the shoulders and the chest. Stay in that position and just breathe a few more times. And when you're ready, hug the knees into the chest and rock yourself into a seated position. And nodding the head from side to side. Just releasing any tension in the neck. Keep focusing on that deep diaphragmatic breath. And circling the shoulders up and back. And take a nice deep breath in. And